Hey, everybody. How are you guys doing tonight? We have over 200 people waiting to get in here. 249, Steve. Oh, man, I'm kind of feeling a little pressure here. This is a big deal. I don't think I've had a live stream this big. Do you?
I haven't been this excited since pigs ate my little brother.
Oh, man. Well, let's not get into that. I don't think that's a story anybody wants to hear. All right, folks. So it is 4:45, and I know there has been a ton of confusion about what Harley's doing and what's going on. I've been trying to share the information. So here's what I want everybody to understand. Dealerships can release information and can put stuff out at 5 o'clock. The Harley Davidson website should get updated at 5 o'clock. We're not going to be looking at that right away at 5 o'clock. We are going to be looking at motorcycles at 5 o'clock. So at 5 o'clock, I expect at least a few new 2025 models to be revealed here at Renegade Harley Davidson in Springfield, Missouri. That's where we're at. We've got a camera tuned in. There will be bikes coming down through here, and we are going to be letting you guys see a couple of the 2025 models right away tonight. And then they're going to put a TV up over here, and we'll put a mic over there, and we'll turn the camera that way. And we'll watch the promo videos that Harley Davidson is releasing about this stuff. I don't think they are doing a live tonight. I think they are simply going to publish some videos and update the website. Hopefully, if all goes well, things will come right up at 5. Now, they had a few issues with the carryover models in the website, so that may not be the same, but I'm hoping it goes well and that everything comes up good. So,
Well, obviously they're leaving it up to the pros to showcase their new bikes.
yep, we got behind Rudy's Fairing in here. I know Chase is here. My wife Firecracker, everybody had to work. She's not going to be joining us in the stream right now, but she is in the chat and stuff. So, Steve, do you know what the numbers are? Can you see them?
I can't.
471.
That's
Man,
awesome.
I hope I don't melt under the pressure. And there's Nick, man. Welcome to Teddy Morse's Renegade Harley Davidson. It's going to be fun, exciting evening. Absolutely, Nick, it is. And thank you so much for hosting this and letting us come here to see all of this stuff. It is going to be great. Um, thank you for doing this from RN in the trenches. You are welcome. Somebody said, let's go over 1K. Well, that would be awesome to get over 1K and tuned into a live here. I mean, I still feel like a small channel. There's Christian's Customs. Hey, Christian, man, how are you doing? Make sure you guys are checking this guy out. He's a hoot. He's a lot of fun. We got to meet him at Stubborn American Campground one year at K River and stuff. And so Evil Rick, XAN bikers here. We got tons of people here. Chasing Adventures was I saw in here earlier, and Salty Badger let me come on his live earlier. So it's been a build up. Um, so I know there's been lots of leaks. I've been one that's leaked a few of those things. So I think we have some interesting things we're going to be able to show you tonight that's been in the leaks. We're going to be able to show you. I'm going to be able to hop into the live with my cell phone so I can walk around with my cell phone and get up close to the bikes and show you things as well if we need to do that. So it's going to be pretty cool. Somebody said, I want to see the new enthusiast collection. You won't see that tonight. I don't think they will show that yet, but maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know. There's Marty Bodie. Hey, buddy, how are you doing? Whiskey Throttle's here. Um, we're getting close to 600, and we're not even at 5 o'clock yet.
As far as the enthusiast collection, why don't we see in the chat what would you guys like to see from the enthusiast collection this year?
Yeah, let us know what you like. Also, give us a chat. Throw out in the chat where you're tuning in from. I'm seeing people from Melbourne, Australia in the house. I had somebody from the UK. I had somebody from Turkey. We've got Ontario, Canada. Southeast Georgia's here. East Texas. Everybody throw way out there in the chat. Let's drive this thing up. Let's drive YouTube up, man. Let's make them notice us.
ZZ Top was nationwide, but Mike, we're worldwide, baby.
Well, we got Saskatchewan, we got Indiana, Columbus. Somebody for a Springer somebody wants a Springer for an enthusiast. Northwest Arkansas, Fort Worth. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to keep up with the chat tonight. I've never had that problem. Southern Illinois, Sweden, Hershey, Pennsylvania, upstate New York, Maryland, Brisbane. Man, oh man. Netherlands, Oklahoma. Wow. We're over
Sweet.
600 too. So, all right. Yeah, we've been talking about stuff, and I said early on that I thought this would be the year for Softails because they did a big update on the touring bikes. So, what do you think, Steve? I mean, what do you think? I've been leaking this stuff. What do you guys want to see in the Softails tonight? And I'm going to say this: I know a lot of people. One of the things I typically see is people expect too much. They want the moon, and Harley doesn't give it, and then they're disappointed. What do you realistically expect to see from Harley Davidson tonight for the Softails?
I don't know how much change we're going to see as far as like new bikes that are gone by the wayside. I'm kind of expecting maybe like upgrades, uh, those types of changes in the lineup. But I mean, who knows?
All right. Hey Ty. Hey Ty, say hi to the camera, man. You're on. We are close to 700 people live right now. Yeah, and you're drinking Diet Dr. Pepper.
That's what I'm drinking.
I'm drinking Coca Cola with ice. They
Yeah.
didn't have this on ice when I got here, so I had to get some ice.
Law enforcement kind of fringes upon me drinking, so
Yeah. Well, you're
I'm
not
so
driving;
clean.
you're at home.
That's right.
So we got high from Turkey. We got 117 for the Fat Boy with traction control. Softail standard and 107 discontinued. I predicted that was going to happen, and I believe that is going to be correct. We'll see. We'll confirm at 5 after things get done. Is Harley streaming? I don't know if I lost this. Harley streaming one. I don't think they're streaming. I think they're going to put videos out at 5, but I don't think they're streaming. I have not gotten anything that said tune in at this time at this location. Um, I'll have some stuff to announce after 5 during tonight related to Harley Davidson. So we're over 700. Thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. It's wow. We're at 722, Steve.
That's
We got
awesome.
we got 8 minutes to and so we got somebody saw a booze fighter MC vest or shirt. So one of their brothers is in the live tonight.
Clubs are being represented.
You got a shout out from one of your brothers on my live. They saw your shirt. So the Bronx would be awesome. That definitely would be. Uh, yeah, I think cornbread. I had a conversation very recently with HD about the launch and what's going on, and they I don't think they thought people would interpret it to be the same as last year or what they've done in the past. Hey, 87 Ricer, I am at Renegade Harley Davidson. They are hosting us tonight, and we're at 762. Lowrider ST CVO. That's another comment. People, what? There's Tiffany Renee. Hey, Tiffany, man. How are you? Good to see you in the chat. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know Tiffany, she is another content creator, Harley Davidson. I got the pleasure of meeting her and riding with her at Vegas last year at the Harley Press event and stuff. So make sure you guys are checking her out. If you don't, or if you're probably already familiar with her, but if you're
Right.
not, make
You
sure
got
you
a great channel.
check Tiffany out and stuff.
Yeah.
So CVO Road Kings, Soft Tails with 117s. Everybody's telling us what they really want here. I've never had the problem with so much the chat going so fast. I'm used to monkeys having this problem, and not mine.
I know.
Yeah, we've got another. I saw from Italy is in the house. So keep your expectations low, and you'll never be disappointed. That is true. I think we all fall victim from that. We want. We expect Harley Davidson to do this, and that's not something they can always do. And I'm going to be honest, and I'm not trying to make excuses for them, but if you were a business owner in this economy, this is not the economy that you can necessarily put a lot of money in R&D or new things when sales are down. And it's not just Harley Davidson. If people haven't been paying attention, KTM is on the brink of bankruptcy. They're restructuring. They've got a year's worth of bikes in warehouse. Triumph announced that they were flat for profit. BMW is doing well. They had a record sales year. Harley Davidson's predicting to be down 5 to 10%. We'll see how their financials turn out here in just a few. I think next month they're going to do their final year and stuff. So,
Yeah, I mean, we've been battling 4 years of inflation, and it's going to take a toll on everybody, including Harley Davidson. Um, Hopefully, we got some things that are going to be turning the country around here, and we can get interest rates down. We can get maybe some pricing down, and
Oh, holy crap, Steve! We might actually break 1,000. We are at 875. People are tuning in. This is a pretty amazing. We got about 5 minutes here till they're going to kick stuff off. But they've got a good little crowd here, considering a lot of people don't get off work till 5. More people are coming in. Renegade, I want to give them a shout out here for something else they're doing too, though. Not just hosting this event, but like, I mean, they're into riding. So they're having specials. If you rode your bike in here tonight, you could get a $250 jacket for $50. You could get an oil change for $49. And even if you don't want to get it done today, you can get a certificate and come back and get it done another day. We got Portugal and Belgium in the house, but I mean it's below freezing here today, and they are encouraging riders and rewarding riders for riding in here. So that's pretty awesome. We're over 900 people in the live stream.
awesome.
Yeah, so yeah, it's a big deal, and I mean, I get some people are disappointed that Harley Davidson's not doing a live stream, but right now I'm kind of not disappointed. I'm feeling pretty good about myself for doing one tonight, and they didn't, and we didn't know for sure. I didn't know for sure they weren't doing like a live stream type event, so it's cool. I expect, I have the website. I expect to be updated right at 5 or right at 5 for the stuff to start being updated. We'll see how that goes, but we're probably not going to look at the website right away. We are going to have motorcycles to look at. Hey, man, you're on there. You 944 people just saw your face.
Whole name's Tap Rack. Come out here at Teddy Morris Renegade.
Mike's over here.
Come on, man.
Mike's over here. Get over here.
How you doing? I'm Tap Rack, Head Road Cap Ozark Mountain Chapter. Come out to Teddy Morris Renegade and see what we got. A lot of nice bikes and some discounts on some motor clothes. And if you ride out here, they got something for you too.
Hey, I want you to know I turned in my paperwork to Nick for the Ozark Mountain Chapter.
Oh, good. Welcome aboard. I'm your Head Road Captain.
All right. We always.
That's always got to have a road captain.
Right. Welcome aboard.
So we are at 964. But yeah, I mean, Teddy Morris is like encouraged people to ride out here, be out here. We've had people come from 80 and 90 miles away today on a bike. So we've got a good crowd here. They've got some refreshments. They've got some cookies and things and stuff. And we got about 1 minute here till they're going to fire some stuff up and bring it up in here. So that is going to be extra cool. And we just broke the 1,000 mark. So I appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. This is pretty amazing. Road Realities in here. Hey, thank you. Yep, we just broke it. Libations. All right. Dying Breed, thank you for joining us. It's going to be, I am sure there are going to be a few people that are going to be disappointed. We are not all, it's like Christmas. You're not always going to get what you want when you unwrap your presents. But I think, considering the economy and everything else, they are working to make stuff happen. Hey, there's if I can catch this comment, Teddy Morris in Grand Junction, Colorado is awesome too. Teddy Morris has been picking up some dealerships and doing great stuff with them. I'm happy to be backed by Morris and associated with them. So that's been great. There will be a point here, folks, where I'm going to get up and run this camera so you guys can see what's going on. And I'll have another mic on me. I'll take the headphones off, and Steve will be talking to you guys and kind of carrying the torch while I'm showing you what's coming in the door. Everybody's liking this camera up in here, man.
Yeah. So everybody's a star, baby. Hey, Mike, can I give you a quick shout out? This is funny because we're sitting here watching this and it looks nice and simple, but we've put some work into this to make it look good. We were a little nervous that this wasn't going to work out, and everything is running smooth. So nice job, Mike.
We spent a couple hours, me and Steve spent a couple hours the other night prepping for this, making sure we knew how to make this happen. I've never done a live on location before. It's my first time, so I really appreciate all the support. We're doing our best can to bring you guys this good stuff and to get this out in front of you. So, I appreciate everybody being here and being a part of this. We got Kentucky in the house. We just got people from all over up in here. Salty Badger, I appreciate your stuff. So it's 5 o'clock. When I hear that stuff roar, I'm going to step up and pick up a mic and run that. So y'all be watching. I think I hear bikes. I think I hear them. We're at 1,150 people. So thank you guys so much. Brandon just said the website is live. If people want to go over there and check that out, I understand. We're going to be doing bikes here first, and then we'll check out YouTube and all that stuff. But we're going to see bikes right here, real bikes being ridden in right now.
Mike, I'm looking at them right now. They look pretty. There's some good looking stuff on there.
You look on the website. You can talk to the people in the chat. Let them know there's a Street Glide Ultra. I knew that was coming. I believe the Softail standard's probably not there. And guys, you heard it here first. We got invited back. We're going to the Harley Davidson press ride in a month to check out these new bikes and ride them here on Riding in the Ozarks. Super excited to be doing that with some other great content creators. I don't want to steal the thunder and announce anybody else that's going there unless they want to throw it out in the chat if they happen to be tuned in or anything else. But be tuned into all of us channels and check it out. I'm going to get up and run this camera. Steve, you got the controls.
All right, brother. We'll do our best. Big shoes to fill. So in the comments, let me know if you're on Harley Davidson's website, if you're checking out all these new bikes. They're up and they're on there.
Hey, Steve, if you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. I'm on the remote mic. Perfect.
All right. We're live and we're up and we're running. So this is pretty cool.
Here we go.
They're going to start bringing them out. Here they are.
That looks like a Street Glide Ultra, baby. Look at them colors. We got the tour pack.
Ooh.
Oh, denim purple. And that looks like a fat boy.
I was going to say that definitely looked like a fat boy. And don't worry, guys. They're going to circle around, and then Mike's going to be able to go over and kind of look at them. And he's going to, zoom in on some of the new features and stuff. My HD website's moving pretty quick, factory match, so I'm not sure on your end. We've got a fan. Jake's a fan of the color on the Lowrider ST. I got to admit, I am too. I always love gray, and that's definitely a great shade.
First time we did it. It was different because they couldn't be out. So, yeah. But we did mark the floors when we tried to go. There's little dots. Nice. It's cool. Harley missed the mark this year.
Steve's entertaining people. I'm going to get on my cell phone and we're going to go show people stuff.
I don't know if you guys have seen the CVO road glide yet, but man, I am really digging that paint scheme. Looks like it's a shade of purple with some red pinstriping. That looks nasty. The CVO Road Glide ST, I'm really digging that red. I wasn't too sure about it when Mike showed it on his page, but I'm digging that red. It's real bright. People are definitely going to notice you. Looks like we got some guys that are going slow on the website, Harley Davidson website. That's too bad. I'm zipping around pretty good on it. I understand that the Softails are oil cooled, and I believe that is correct. But there's some cool stuff that we've heard rumor of, so it'll be interesting to see what Mike confirms some of the rumors. Things about the engine.
Cool.
I don't know yet about that Pan Am ST. It'll be interesting to see if Mike can shed some light on that. I know that he's anxious to see that bike, and I'm sure he'll dig into it. He loves that, man. He loves all the little nuances of all the bikes. Okay, now I am a little locked up, fellas. I'm getting locked up on the website as well. Probably got a gazillion people on there trying to look at the same things that we are. Yeah, I've slowed way down.
We sell right in here. Make it look sexy.
Looks like the CEO Streetlight has the same gray paint scheme as the Lowrider, which I love. I love that shade of gray.
I don't know if that's just.
I'm going to try to get over to the cruisers again here.
Can you hear me, Steve?
I sure can.
I think I have the phone too close to the mic, and we got some stuff there.
You can be a little louder. We'll see if we can work that out. Any way to make yourself a little louder?
Let me see what I do here.
Okay. Looks like the Heritage Classic's got a black exhaust. I dig that. Black wheels with the black exhaust and the black front forks. I'm digging that.
Hey, Steve, are we getting feedback off my mic?
Mike, I'm having enough trouble to hearing you that I couldn't pick that up.
Hang on.
So is that considered a 35-year anniversary?
Got a little whistling going on too. Got a lot of whistling going on. There we go. Hopefully we can get rid of that whistle. Oh, website crashed.
We got too much feedback from mics.
Yeah, it was finally warming up.
Better feed than Netflix had on the Tyson fight. Good point, Salty.
Hey, were you getting a bunch of feedback from the mic when I turned the phone on?
Getting a whistle that we definitely don't want to hear.
Yeah, I figured. So I shut it off.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if I can, get back in, but I may have to mute a mic or two or something. So, yep, they have a Street Glide here. We have a Street Bob. We got lowers. Looks like we have different wind deflectors. I'm gonna try and go over there with the phone again, but I'm gonna try and do it without the mic on my desk. I'm gonna mute that and see if that makes a difference.
Okay.
And so just switch over. So hang on here.
Yeah, I agree. Of course, we always want a new present under the tree. I don't see a lot of new, nothing's really new popping up, but it'll be interesting to see what Mike learns about some of the nuances. He's mentioned a couple of things that he's heard are going to upgrade, and if they do, I'll be pretty happy with those changes. We definitely got, we definitely got lucky last year when the tour bikes went to the new fairings and the suspension. So, you can't always hit a home run like they did last year on the tour bikes, but I know what bike I want back in the Softails. I want the Deluxe. I still think it's the prettiest bike Harley Davidson's ever made. How about you guys? Is there any specific bike from the past that you'd like to see come back? There's the Slim, a number of other bikes that they've had in the lineup that have been by the wayside.
12-inch windshield.
Hey, thanks, Salty. Yeah, I appreciate it. My page is really kind of just for fun. I like to call it Poop Tube. My videos are usually 1 minute to 2 minutes long. Just perfect when you're maybe using the facilities. Hopefully I can entertain you while you're having that experience. But,
Steve?
yeah, I just kind of document as I go.
Hey, Steve, you guys got me?
Okay, Mike. Yep, I can hear you, brother.
All right. So it looks like we have standard height handlebars, but definitely a taller windshield than you get on the Street Glide. Here's these new lowers that everybody's been asking about. That's what they look like from the side.
Okay, new lowers.
Definitely, we got a pocket here that opens up. So you come with the storage pocket. I'm assuming they're going to be able to change this out and put speakers in there.
Right.
These are attached to the lower chopped bar, kind of like we have on the Street Glide, but we have a new bar, like we saw in my video, up here coming down. And I'm assuming it attaches to this lower bar, some underneath there.
Okay.
These wings look like they're a little bigger,
which is a plus.
Got a, at least this one they put a heel shifter on. I don't know if it came with that or if they added it. Maybe we can get Nick to talk to us about it. Now, one thing that I heard was the new bikes are not gloss black. They're a little more of a matte black on the finish up here on the controls. Are you getting mic feedback still, or are we doing okay, Steve?
Getting a little bit of a squeak here and there, and would love to be able to hear you a little louder.
Okay, well, I'll try to put the phone closer. There's the Mystic Shift. If you can see, this wing on the Street Glide is much smaller than it is on the new Street Glide Ultra. See how narrow that is?
Gives it a sportier look. I'm sure is what they're going for.
Yeah, but this one here is bigger, a lot more wind. That's what the touring guys are going to ask for.
Yep.
Now,
makes sense.
This is that new denim purple.
Ooh.
We got this on a Street Bob here. And I don't know if you guys have seen this on the website, but all 117s on the soft tails.
Okay, so our suspicions were right. They went to one motor, 117.
Now, these don't have exactly the same controls as the Touring. We don't have the same round button for the Touring models and stuff like that, but these are newer, different controls. We have turn signals on each side, but we have a mode button. So I'm assuming this thing has got some kind of riding mode.
Okay.
There's the control on the other side. There's the gauge.
They definitely look more like the new Tour model.
See the gauge fire up? We have traction control on this.
I like the gauge there better. I think it's easier to see as you're driving down the road.
So here's our Street Bob, big 2-in-1 chrome exhaust on it. We don't have the staggered exhaust we've had in the past. Round air cleaner. I think the same air cleaner is going to appear on the Heritage this round. Now here's the Fat Boy that people have been asking about. This one's chrome. This one still has staggered duals. You have the same air cleaner that's on the Touring model. The same new controls, including a mode button. That would make me think we're going to have rider modes in here, sport and rain, I assume. That should be something we can confirm on the website.
Okay.
But beautiful two-tone paint on the Fat Boy this year.
Yeah, that's badass.
All right, Steve, I'm going to get off of my phone and get back over there and talk to you guys on the main setup.
Okay, yeah.
There's that midnight fire. Okay.
All right, let's see what Mike. We'll get Mike back on a better microphone here, and then, hey guys, get your questions ready, okay?
This place is filling up, Steve, man. People got off work and they know where the party is at. It is at the Harley Davidson dealership. We got 1,000 people in here online, and we're going to figure out our mobile setup a little better. I'm sorry about all the microphone stuff and the problems there, but it was cool. I got to get up and show you guys some of the bikes. So we have new controls, but they're not the same exact controls. And I see mode buttons on there. So
I thought
Nick,
modes.
just get in front of the camera and wave at everybody. So everybody, Nick, come over here for a second.
All right.
This is Nick here. You can see yourself here. The mic's right here.
Nice.
So do we know for sure if they've got ride modes?
We do, yep. So all the Softail models are 117 powered with ride modes. They'll have the road mode, rain mode, and then a sport mode in them.
There you go. 3 modes, rider safety aids like we talked about are coming.
Yep.
New
That's
controls,
pretty
but
big.
not exactly the same as the touring models.
Right, yep. A little bit of difference, but interchangeable with the grips. So they're pre-wired to accept the heated grips, things of that nature.
Oh, pre-wired for
So,
the heated grips, baby.
Yeah.
The
so
same
nice.
easy plug and play kind of deal.
Yep.
That's great.
All LED lighting all around. So yeah,
Are
lots
all
of-
the Softails now all LED?
Yes. Yep.
Oh man, that's a big deal. So
Yeah.
Nick, we're still at 1,000 plus in here.
Nice. Well,
So-
I want to show you something super cool. So, we had talked about putting up some of any other content that may be available after 5 o'clock on YouTube. And I turned on our big TV over there, and all I did was type in Harley Davidson, and I just left it at that. And I grabbed a photo of this because I thought it was pretty cool. You were the #1 hit on there when anything about Harley Davidson, your live stream showed up. So we got that playing over in the corner too. The audio's not on, so we don't bounce off the mics, but
Awesome.
super cool. So,
Yeah, I
congrats
really
on that.
appreciate you hosting us here
Absolutely.
tonight, making
Appreciate
this
you being
available to our audience.
Yeah.
Partnering with us and showing everybody what Harley Davidson's bringing out.
Heck
I'm
yeah.
excited about all 117s. I think that's a big thing. I've never seen them. I was kind of surprised. I wasn't sure they'd get rid of the 114 even. I mean, they held on to the 107 for so long.
Yeah.
And then bang.
Yep.
Now we're all here.
Yep.
117s.
We'll still see the 114 in the Road King Special and then in the Tri-Glide, as well as the Freewheeler and the Road Glide 3. So Trikes will still have it, and then the Road King Special. Other than that, we're all 117 across the board.
Right on.
Yeah.
That'll probably make your mechanics happier.
Yeah, it'll be fun to upgrade them. We can still make them bigger.
Did you hear that? Come see him. They'll make them bigger.
Absolutely.
Nick is always looking to make a deal.
Yep.
They call him the deal maker around here. He put a Sportster under a grow light and turned it into a Road Glide earlier. Check
really
out.
cool experience with a grow light on the ceiling.
Yeah, check them out on Instagram, Facebook. They do some cool stuff. They have a lot of fun around here. I'm happy to be associated with them. Now, these are not center cooled though. No center cooled. There was a question in the chat there about that.
A big question.
There was a question about the Lowrider ST having cruise control. Yep. So that's a yes.
Equipped with that.
Trikes need a bigger engine. Well, hey, XAN, I know a guy that can fix that right up for you.
We did a 131 and a Freewheeler last year, and you talk about a fun trike to go out and ride. That thing was a ripper.
There you go. It's great. I appreciate everybody joining us here tonight and stuff. Do you think we can should we try and get their promo stuff up?
We'll see. I'll keep checking.
Or I can throw it up on here and play it for people and stuff if you've got enough going on here.
Yeah, I'll check on there in a few more minutes, see what's up on online, and we'll see what we can find for it.
I every once in a while, a good way to see how you're doing is to pull up the browser in incognito mode, so there's no history associated. Just search for something. And I did a search for 2025 models the other night. This guy riding in Ozarks had like 3 of the top 4 videos. So,
awesome.
That's cool. I'm glad to see us ranking in there and getting this information out to people this year.
Yeah.
Appreciate everybody tuning in here live. We've had people from Australia and Belgium and the Netherlands. And it's like midnight over there in places. That people are telling us they've stayed up till midnight to see what we were doing on this live.
That's awesome.
So that's been
awesome.
Great.
Yeah.
And
here
we're
we are
excited.
In the Ozarks and Southwest Missouri, and people from Australia.
So we had Melbourne, we had Sweden, all over the place. You wouldn't believe it.
Cool.
The chat was going so fast earlier, I couldn't keep up. I feel almost like a legitimate content creator.
Well, we don't want to get too legitimate now. We just want to play it real.
We want to just have fun and do what's fun. And that's one thing I like is like hanging out with these guys. Nick's always down to like whatever we can do to grow the community,
Yeah, it's more about riding and having fun. It's not about all the other craziness you might hear in the world. So,
I just so you know, I had a guy on a chat today. Somebody pulled up a picture of MSRP. I'm sure it was in a foreign country, and it said 46,000 on Street Glide. And I know they were baiting it. It was on social media. And they posted it like in Street Glide Nation.
Yeah.
And I know they pulled it up from some other country where the exchange rate's different stuff and just baited. And some guy's like, yeah, you can't buy one for MSRP. I said, you go talk to Nick. I said, I guarantee you he will hook you up.
Yeah, we don't do any crazy markups here. Just whatever they list it for is what we sell it for. So
he'll hook you up with the bike. And if you want a 131, whatever else, I got a buddy whose bike is in here right now with the twin can getting a 120 in it.
Yep.
So it doesn't have to be the latest and greatest. They will work on stuff. They will hook you up.
Yeah. And the rumor too, you'll hear dealers that talk about, they'll only work on stuff 10 years old or older. There is only one bike we will not work on in our dealership here. And truly one bike. It's not just one Harley. Like you bring me a Kawasaki, a BMW, a Honda, it needs an oil change, we'll work on it. Not a problem. But there is one bike we will not work on, and it's that damn Magneti Marelli fuel injection, because there's just no parts of it for it. And the stupid thing, if you try to work on it and you break something, you hand somebody their bike back in pieces. So we're working on a project right now to continue doing fuel injection to carburetor conversions. More to come on that. I actually bought a Magneti Marelli powered bike off an auction, and then went and bought several kits to find out if it's still available. Can we still convert them? And once we find the answer, we'll be working on those again too. So
yeah, and I mean, they build custom bikes here. I've seen some really cool stuff here. Really appreciate everything you've done for my audience here today, letting us come see these bikes and stuff. It's been great.
Awesome.
I think we're going to talk to the chat and see what all they want to see.
Heck yeah.
It says the website is stable now, so I'm guessing it was up and down, probably pounded at 5 o'clock.
It
maybe
crashed due to all the hits.
Yeah, well, maybe if they'd set everybody to YouTube, it'd be YouTube's problem. Let YouTube scale it.
Yep. Nice.
All right.
Well, I'm going to hop up here before my knees are stuck. But
thank you, sir.
Hey, you bet. Love seeing you all. Have fun.
My only problem with Renegade is I come down here to spend all my money. I spent $500. I spent $500 today on heated gear for me and Firecracker and stuff like that because they had some stuff and my heated vest died, and I decided I'm going to try the heated stuff. Willie Vet, you're about to get booted, buddy. That 4-letter word there is not a word I want to see in my chat. That's a bunch of crap, and we're not playing that. So you can be booted or you can go on your own and take your pick. We're not getting into the political crap here. So, Steve, what kind of questions people have for us?
Well, a lot of people want to know about that center cool. They wanted to know about the engines.
So let's take a look at what's on Harley Davidson's website. I'm going to flip over there. I'm going to see if I can share this with our audience, and we will get into that kind of stuff. What do you think? Do you think that's the thing to do? Is that what they want to know?
Hell
you guys
yeah.
want to see what's on Harley Davidson's website and go through it with us?
Inquiring minds want to know.
All right. Well, let's just hop on over there and see what we have. So we're going to go to bikes, new motorcycles 2025, and we'll just start at the top of the list of whatever they give us and just start going through them.
Yep. Oh,
and I checked earlier, and my internet stream here is really solid. So if this is slow, this is not us. This is them being hammered on the other end.
Somebody, and I think everybody in the chat's going to agree, they're hoping that you can give some insight on the Pan American ST.
So they do not have one here. It's going to be a couple weeks before they got one in. We talked about that. I can tell you it basically, from what I've seen, looks like a Pan America with the 17-inch front wheel. I don't know if it is belt or chain drive. I'll see if I can get an answer to that. Maybe Nick might know the answer to this question. Nick, we had a question, and a lot of people were speculating on the Pan America ST. Is it belt drive or is it chain drive still?
It's still chain driven.
It's still chain driven. There's the answer, man. Still chain driven on the Pan America ST. Lowrider ST 117 output. Where's the hooligan bike? I don't think we'll see what this Pan America ST is. Let's look through this website here.
I'm looking at it right now. I tell you what, you could turn that into a hooligan bike pretty easy.
So we've seen the Street Glides and Road Glides. Here is our Street Glide Ultra with the lowers and the touring pack. And this is not I got a close look at this. This is not the new touring pack. So we'll have to see what we got.
Do you have confirmation that tour pack is, real and is going to be available?
Not from Harley Davidson or anybody else yet. I'll work on trying to see what I can dig up on that. We have the CVO Street Glides. Looks like, here, this Street Glide Ultra, they got a whole bunch of colors and trim packages available. There was a color I saw, my Firecracker is going to like it, called Poisonberry. Somebody said that's what it was called. But it's like a purple. I think this might be it here. Looks like it's kind of maybe of a purple and a black, mix in there. So There's some new colors here. Here's the CVO Street Glide with red accents on the engine. We have over here this CVO Road Glide at 46,000. Let's get down to some of the other bikes. There's a CVO Road Glide ST, which I knew was coming in brilliant red. It looks like. Looks like there is I heard there was going to be a black and red kind of checkered pattern. We saw a little bit of this saddlebag in one of my leaks. And then we have a gray version of it. So we got 3 paint schemes for the CVO Road Glide ST.
Hey, you know what I'm digging on that CVO Road Glide ST with the black and the gray? It's 3D, 3-dimensional. That's badass.
You like that one? That's your favorite?
That one's gonna be tough to beat. Wow, I'm digging that paint job.
There's that paint job on the CVO. And here I think is what somebody called Poisonberry. It's like a purple and black. Oh man, I hope they don't come out with that color in a soft tail because somebody's gonna want it. She is. There it is on the Street Glide. You can get it in a Street Glide and the purple and black as well.
That is sexy as hell as well. I'm not a purple guy at all, but man, that is sexy.
There's a red and black two-tone on the Street Glide Ultra. There's looks like a blue. Yeah, there's some new colors here. We're going to have to dig into this some more, get a real video going on all of these things. Let's jump down here to the soft tails and see what we got. There's a Street Bob. It looks like we've got some yellow. See what we got here. That's kind of I wonder if that's that Iron Horse metallic. Purple denim. That's what they have here on site. I assume this purple is going to be blacked out. Oh, no, that's a different purple. Isn't that? Or yellow. We got a yellow dare and a yellow dare. I don't know what the difference is. So,
what do you think
wheels.
Purple denim?
Yeah, so look at this, Steve. We've got mag wheels, and then we've got wire wheel options.
Oh, we sure do.
Yes, sir. And there's the purple denim with the wire wheels. So you can choose your wheels in the configurator here this year. There's the Lowrider S. Oh, I don't know what color that is, but somebody's going to like it. That may not be purple, but it's pretty.
It looks purple on my screen.
Let's see here. My wife wanted a purple Lowrider ST, so let's see what they're calling this.
Now on the ST,
that's a Midnight Firestorm. All right, let's go back here. I got the wrong one. She wants a purple ST, not a purple S.
Yeah. So, I'm not seeing purple in the ST.
No. We got a breakout here and the Fat Boy. And when I saw the leaked photos of the breakout, I just didn't believe that they were going to do chrome triple trees and chrome headlight bezel and all that. But sure enough, they did. And this looks better than the leaked photo. The leaked photo didn't look great. That's the problem with leaked photos. They are not Harley Davidson's real quality photos of what they've got going on. So here's a breakout with the 117. That air cleaner's growing on me, but I feel like it's a little big still. And I know it gives you performance and more power, and that's why they're doing it. But it's something a little different for me still. There's a yellow.
That's going to have to come off real quick if I owned it.
The intake? The heavy breather?
Yeah. Just not feeling that. But, hey, everybody always takes the intake off, right?
Oh, no. So what do you think about the Fat Boy having wings on the graphics on the tank there? I think that's kind of a cool kickback to the Fat Boy. That the Fat Boy originally had wings on the emblems. It's cool to see that stay in there.
Yeah, no, I'll tell you what. They hit a home run in my book on these paint schemes.
Well, and, here's my thing. All the lowriders went to a 117. They got new controls. They got LED lighting. Some people are going to complain and say this isn't huge or this isn't big, but that's stuff people have been complaining about for years, and they fixed it this year. They fixed it.
That's correct.
So, I mean, I get you. We're not all going to, like I said, get you everything we want, but I think they've come out with some great stuff. So we have wheel options on the Heritage too. Look at that. There's a spoke wheel, and there's a mag wheel. So we got wheel options on the Heritage also as well. The Heritage and the Street Bob got this round intake. The Fat Boy and the Breakout got the touring intake. I don't know what you want to call that. Yeah. And then the Lowrider S and the Lowrider ST got the heavy breather intake. That's really cool. And now let's talk about this Pan America and what we got here.
All right. Here we go.
There's the Pan America 1250 special. Okay. We got, let's see, I pulled it up just so we can talk about a little bit. This is the CVO. I clicked on the wrong one. I'm sorry, folks. But that is pretty cool looking with the red accents and everything else.
I agree.
Not that that's my thing, but that is cool.
It is.
So here is the Pan America ST. The same price as the Pan America Special. And I knew this was kind of coming. I had some predictions for this. So this has got a lower windshield than the Pan America Special. It only comes in black trim. We're getting it in billiard gray, black, which I kind of like the black and red with accents there. And then we have a red. And we can get into the specs on this, but I predicted that if they were going to do a sport touring Pan America, that it would be a 17-inch front, and I was told that is what we have here by Nick a minute ago. So that is pretty cool. Let's see what they talk about, showing us some design on the tanks and the graphics there.
That ST, you could turn that into a hooligan bike.
So this has got a new seat. All new one-piece seat that lowers the rider's height for easier mounting, which is something I said they would have to either compromise the suspension or something if it's a sport touring and not an adventure to get lower seat height. And they have an all-new lower one-piece seat, front fender that hugs that Michelin tire. What else are they going to tell us about it? Blacked out styling, lightweight muffler, blacked out powertrain. We got this new low profile smoked windshield design that slims up the profile. New icon, the kind of design stuff for the fairing and tank, new graphics. Performance, 17-inch wheels, reduce bodywork, lowered suspension, tuned for peak on-road performance. So yeah, we have new lowered suspension and 17-inch wheels to make this thing less of an adventure bike and more street friendly for people. I mean, a lot of people that bought the Pan America are never going down a gravel road. So we got street tires, lowered suspension. They basically adapted this bike to be what people were going to want, but we still have the adaptive ride height.
Yeah. I can't bitch on that at all.
Lowered suspension drops the center of gravity, eliminates unneeded ground clearance for optimal road performance. In other words, you're not got as much ground clearance on this if we look at the specs, but it's easier to get on. And that's what they needed for a street bike that people are not planning on taking off-road. This is, a Pan America Sport Tour. I don't know if that's what they're going to call it, but that's what I'm going to call it. Got Brembos. We got a quick shifter. That was something people complained about in the Pan America early on. This does have a quick shifter. And I kind of think that would not be hard to turn into a hooligan bike. Not really. Little bodywork change.
No, in the graphic,
you could make this thing look totally different. I guarantee you builders are going to be customizing this thing in the next 12 months.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's not a bad looking profile picture there.
Yeah, the blacks, what really that they hit a home run on that paint scheme with the red stripes.
Rider safety enhancements, all that electronics, I'm sure is going to be the same kind of stuff. So that's very cool. All right. I haven't been able to read the chat while I was over here on this page checking it out.
Yeah, I've been
Hey man, how you doing?
drooling over these photos.
We're live. We got over 1,000 people in here live watching this. So, I mean, what do you guys think? Other questions? Harley made in Thailand. Yeah, that's the Revolution Max motors. We know that. I'm not happy about it. Huge letdown just as last year, maybe even worse. I don't know what you expected if you're let down by last year because they came out with all new touring models and a whole new design. Firecrackers, I think the colors are better than last year. Dutch is disappointed.
100%.
Well, Dutch, I don't know that there's anything anybody can do to make you happy then, unless you just want to have a dream factory. But, I mean, I get some people are disappointed, but I don't know what you expected. This is what we have. Every year people are, they should have done this. They should have brought back the Springer. They're not going to bring back the Springer because ABS and regulations are going to make that hard for them.
Yeah. I don't know if Dutch is just trying to stir a little trouble, but hey, Dutch, what I would rather hear is rather than just saying disappointed,
What
point
are you
out a couple
disappointed
of
in?
things that you think they missed out on. What are some of the things that you'd like to have seen?
Yeah. So yeah, we asked. So again, you asked what we think, and I told you. You told me disappointed. Tell me why. Why are you disappointed? What do you think they should have done different?
Yeah,
Purple to attract female riders, somebody said.
yeah,
Same lazy changes, and well, I get that some people may feel that way, but I have seen nothing new here. Okay, 117s aren't new. No Bronx hooligan. They've done, you know, I don't know what
new
to tell
hand
you there.
controls, LED
They
lights.
killed the Bronx. I'd like to see them do the Bronx,
Yeah,
but a 9-7 Pan America 975. I've asked for that, but they. I think the problem was they couldn't get the weight down enough to make it worthwhile. Yeah, there's no Road King.
a Road
Um,
King. Just Road
there
King
is no
has
word on a Fat Boy anniversary at this point, which means I think it's going to be probably a mid-year launch. Hey, Weston, what's up? So yeah, Dutch. I mean, you say there's nothing new here or whatever. I mean, specifically, what did you want to see that you didn't see that's realistic in this economy? What did you expect them to throw at this year? Because I feel like maybe they didn't bring out a whole bunch of new bikes, but they did fix a bunch of things people complained about. Yes, the Softail standard is gone. I don't know that I'm particularly upset with that. So Dutch wants a hooligan. So he wants a sporty
right.
bike. It's not, okay. Yeah, they don't have it,
It's
but they
fair.
have a sport touring platform that you can build off of. If
Yeah,
you've rode a Pan America, they're pretty sporty.
yeah.
I would like to see them make the Bronx, and you guys, I'm not arguing with that, but I think that they're working toward that. The problem with the Bronx, and I'm going to be point blank here, and some people aren't going to like it. Harley, doesn't want to be where Indian is now. For you guys that don't know, this is the last year of the FTR. Harley's killing it. Harley built an American-made sport bike that was $15,000 and people wouldn't buy it, and now they're killing it after 5 years. If Harley Davidson cannot build a bike that's going to compete with the metric bikes on price and performance, the guys are not going to convert. Harley riders are not. Most of them are not. Enough of them are going to buy a Bronx at that price. So it's got to be somebody that really wants into that, and the people that really want into that are already buying metric bikes for less. So it's an uphill battle for Harley, and I get you people want that, but if they make it, you're going to complain about the price of it. So I got a bunch of trolls in the chat.
I'd recommend a Dutch. Just keep an eye on that Pan America ST over the next 12 months on the internet. See what guys are doing to it, and maybe that could end up being the perfect bike for you, even better than the Bronx would have been.
So that's why did they come out with the Street Glide Limited and still keep the old Limited? They didn't. There's not an Ultra Limited. There is no Ultra Limited. There is no Road Glide Limited. They didn't keep the old Limited. Where's the Road Glide Ultra Limited? I'm going to guess if we go over here, I'm going to hop on the site. We're going to go look at the Road Glide. I bet you there is a limited package that was what I leaked early on when they updated the website. It showed up that they have a package for the Road Glide. I don't know why there is not a Road Glide Limited today. I am happy to ask those questions and try and get you guys answers. That's part of what I want to do for you. If you have legit questions, so yeah, we're good. So let's see here. When I go to 2025s, I did not see a Road Glide Limited, and I did not see an Ultra Limited in what I had already seen that was leaked to me ahead of time. So I got some stuff leaked to me, not by Harley Davidson, but by somebody else, and there was no Road Glide Limited.
No.
There was a Street Glide Ultra to replace the Ultra Limited. So here we got Road King, Street Glide, Road Glide, Street Glide Ultra, and CVOs. We do not have a Road Glide Limited, and we do not have an Ultra Limited. Now let's go check out the Road Glide and see if we can find us a limited package.
And Mike, you were talking about that we think there might be a new tour pack design, and maybe that's going to be part of a package.
Yeah, well, maybe they're holding on the Road Glide Limited because they're going to release it mid-year with that new tour pack. So there should be here. Build your own. Let's go to see if we can get in the configurator and let's see if there is a package with the limited that includes the tour pack. That was what was in the configurator when they were updating the website before. We'll just take the default paint here. They gave us Atlas Silver Metallic and see what we can add to that. Luggage rack, get a grip, comfort windshield, sundowner seat, day tripper. Road Glide limited package in chrome. And there's your tour pack and your lowers for $2,000. Now, a King tour pack is probably from Harley, not from aftermarket. It's probably $1,200-$1,300. And then you got lowers. So you got a $2,000 package here that you can add to this in the configurator. And that probably includes those things being installed as part of that package, I would assume. So there is no Road Glide Limited because there is a Road Glide with a limited package. That's what they're doing for now. Why they're doing that, I don't know. I can ask, but I don't have the answers. But that's the same tour pack, but that one doesn't have a luggage rack in it. The one that's on the Street Glide Ultra does. There's our Ultras the limited Ultra lowers that we looked at earlier on here. So we do have a package, and we don't have a Road Glide Limited. Well, and I mean, I if you got a legitimate complaint, I'm willing to listen to it. I'm willing to ask Harley Davidson about it. I'm willing to ask questions. But don't, if you just say you're disappointed, that doesn't give me anything to work with. You got to tell me what you think they should have and why you think they should have it.
Yeah, we're not coming at you, Dutch. We want to, it helps us and the channel if you give us some descriptive reasons as to why you're disappointed. We're just trying to get more feedback.
So Cornbread asked if there's new front crash bar ring run on the new Ultra. There is another bar that's added and comes down, I assume, underneath the limiteds. It attaches to the existing one to put those lowers on. So it's the same chopped bar, but it looks like as putting lowers on, there's another brace bar that is part of that setup to make that mount. I want an all-new touring bike that is reliable and inexpensive to own. That's what I want. All right, Dutch. So what you want to do is complain that you don't you want a touring bike that's inexpensive to own. So you want a Kawasaki.
There's a lot of
get you a Vaquero. Be happy.
Yeah, there's a lot of options out there.
But if you're looking for an inexpensive bike to own, that's probably not going to be the Harley Davidson. Nobody ever said the Harley Davidson was, inexpensive.
Nope.
And, some people are okay with that. Some people are not. Well, Kevin, we'll see what the financials say here in just a month.
Mike,
I don't take it personal, Dutch, either. I got just what you need, buddy.
You know why I pay a little extra money for the Harley Davidson brand motorcycle, Mike?
What you got for me, Steve?
Because I'm single.
Yeah. Well, my wife knows I'm financially irresponsible, and she's okay with that because she rides a Harley too.
There you go.
Yes, Tom, that is legit. I did hear the Pan America ST is not coming to Australia. So sorry for your loss there if that's something you were looking for. I'm excited about the colors this year. I do think they did a lot better. We still have gray, but I was not a big fan of Red Rock, and Red Rock was I thought kind of dull. So I think they've done better with the colors this year.
The reds are definitely brighter this year than last, for sure.
Did you know that Chad has a timeout, Steve?
No.
Yeah, it does. You can put people in timeout, just like when you were in school. Yes, primer. Yes. Road King is a disgrace. Only bike still the 114, still old generation chaps. I got a buddy who's not happy about that, and we're now paying for black paint as an extra. Why? Because Harley Davidson figured out a way to make money off of that.
Yeah.
That's why. People wanted gray. People thought gray was popular. They thought, well, we'll give you gray and we'll charge everybody else for black. If there's a better answer for that, I don't know it. Pan America ST is showing for the UK. That went by. I missed that. I think the new lowers do look very Indian-like. They're not probably the design I would have picked through, but play through the new videos that are on HD's YouTube page. Well, sure, we can do that. Jay, did the MSRP go up on some bikes? I haven't looked at these and I can't really compare right now with the laptop here and do the live stream. I'm sure the MSRP went up on some of them. I mean, I would expect them to.
Yeah.
You guys want to hop over to YouTube and see what they put up? You stop sharing that page. Let me get this up here, Steve.
Somebody's asking about the Rogue Glide if it got a rear suspension upgrade. Were you under
I don't know that the Rogue Glide did. I heard the Softails were getting a suspension upgrade after when we were talking out here afterwards. So let's see what we've got here.
I haven't met a guy that owns a Harley that didn't say he wanted an upgrade on the suspension, so that's great news.
Steve, I can't see the chat while I'm going over here, so you may have to kind of monitor that. So we have a bunch of looks like 6 new videos. Our road, our rules, let's ride. We have a Grand American Touring models. We have another one here. We have the cruiser models. We have the CVO models, and we have the factory paint. I think I want to watch what they got to say about the cruisers first and foremost. And I don't know why we have closed captions in a different language, but we'll turn those off. So 2025 cruiser lineup. Looks like that might have been a breakout there they were showing. Big wide tire in the back.
Somebody's asking about
there's a yellow Street Bob. There's a Heritage.
Puppy.
There's a lowrider and bread. I can't pipe the audio through here, I don't think.
I'm digging the red.
The video's got audio, but I can't hear it. Staggered dual still on the Fat Boy. We got yellow LED turn signals there. We saw flashing, showing. And these are, I mean, this is traditional Harley Davidsons. They're going to show you riding. They're going to show you having a good time. They're probably not going to sit down here and show us what the motor is and tell us about the motor and things like that. We're halfway through this video already. We'll have to dig that information out of their specs and their website. There'll be more videos coming on these bikes and the new ones that got upgrades and the engines and the controls and things like that. But, I mean, we got 117s, we got ride modes, we got rider safety aids, we got LED lighting. Some people are going to see this as a small thing. I see this as Harley Davidson correcting a lot of things people have been asking for years.
Yeah, I agree.
Your own home in Missouri and are still paying for electricity, you could be missing
I'm always
out
going to be upset that they haven't brought back the Deluxe, but
you know, I want the Dyna back. It doesn't mean I'm going to get it, but I don't want it.
Right.
Let's check out the Adventure Touring here. We should see some shots of the ST in this one, the Pan America ST. Presenting the Pan America 1250 Special, the all-new Pan America 1250 ST. That's got to be the Pan America Special there, off-road. Showing us that it can handle mud puddles. Some beautiful scenery there. There's our Pan America ST with the 17 front. He's doing some twisties, cutting some corners, taking through some hair spins. Huh?
They're not in Kansas anymore.
No. Back to the Special, doing jumps and running through the water and showing you the off-road capabilities. Now we're back to the ST, carving corners. They're trying to really promote this as a road bike and getting out and running through stuff and cutting corners with it and carving things up. And I think that they need something in that model. I know this may not be the look that some people wanted, but I mean, what's the difference between this and the Bronx is it's got a bigger motor and a different body. You know, the Bronx was a 975, and I think what Harley realized when the 1250 came out and then they did the 1250 Sportster with the lower tune, that people were not happy with it. They wanted as much horsepower and power as they could get. So I haven't looked at the specs and on the ST, but I think it would be interesting to see. I'm going to jump over here real quick, Steve, and see if I can find out what the power and horsepower on the Pan America ST is. Make sure it's the same as the special. I mean, if they detuned it, that'll upset people as well, and I get that. So let's see what they have. Under performance, we're going to have to go to specs to get horsepower. Engine, 13-to-1 compression, performance, 91 foot-pounds of torque and 149 horsepower. So it sounds like the ST did not get detuned, from the Pan America Adventure. They kept that same motor up in there.
Sweet.
Now, there's something else you guys want to watch up in here? Who'd pay $40K for an HD? A whole lot of people. Dutch, I put you in timeout, and apparently that didn't get the point across. So we have another option for you, and we're going to implement that here too. If you come here just to troll, then we're done. A lot pay $40K. Why not? That's right. Dutch is gone, by the way, everybody. Dutch will no longer be back. You don't have to agree with him, but if you just come here to troll, I don't have time for that. My time's too valuable to listen to you whine. If you came here to learn and see what Harley Davidson has, and if you have legitimate concerns, then let's talk about those. Street Glide Ultra Lowers don't look like they cover the feet all that well as an Ultra Limited. Well, I mean, I can walk over there and take a look. I don't know. Bring back the CVO Softails. I would like to see a CVO Lowrider S or ST.
Yep.
Road Reality will miss you, Dutch. LOL not. Any info and Android Auto fix, buddy? That's not coming. That's not Harley. That is Google. You want Android Auto? You need to talk to Google. Google will not support it, so Harley will not put it on there without Google's support. And that's not just a Harley problem. There are a few bikes out there that still have it, but all new models are not coming with Android Auto supported by Google. Google has said we will not support two-wheel vehicles. So if you're an Android user and you want that on there, you're going to have to do some kind of hack, and there's some out there, or you're going to have to get Google to change their mind.
Hey, Mike.
Anything on the Road Glide? I just joined late. Well, the Road Glide was already released. We did not get a Road Glide Limited, but we do have a limited package for the Road Glide. That's what we've learned, Ray.
Somebody asked about hydraulic clutches or what the clutches are on them.
I can go look, but I expect them to be a manual clutch just like they have been.
That's kind of what I was guessing.
Well, you don't even have to keep it positive. You can be, if you have a legitimate concern, that's fine. But if you just want to bitch about the price and you just want to bitch about everything, and you want to say it sucks, you're disappointed, and they're $40,000, then that's not constructive. I can't do anything with that. You can have your opinion, but I don't have to, sit here and watch you get in the chat and just say negative things. And I have no problem taking your questions to Harley and asking questions. I have no problem with legitimate beefs or questions or concerns. I get people want, maybe they want a hydraulic clutch, maybe they want a CVO Softail, those kinds of things I'm okay with talking about and stuff. And if you just want to come in here and say that sucks, then I'm probably not the channel for you. I mean, there's some things I think suck, but I think we need legit complaints. Surprised the Street Glide Ultra doesn't have passing lamps like the Ultra Limit. See, that's a legit thing. Why did they take that away? That's a negative comment I can work with and ask those questions and stuff like that. I don't know on the clutch. I was on a hydraulic clutch. I just went to the cable clutch with the new model. It's different for me. It feels a little different. I have not made up my mind which I like better. Harley said they went to the cable clutch because people complained they didn't like the feel of the hydraulic clutch. And Salty's talking about, if with the groceries and cost of living, if Harley was giving bikes away, then they'd be in the same boat as KTM. And that's what we have to understand is nobody wants to pay this much for bikes, but it's not that Harley Davidson is gouging the crap out of us. They're trying to stay in business. I mean, they're trying to stay profitable, and that's what they've got to do for them to be able to stay around and keep making us bikes. Are the lace wheels standard? I looked to me like at the options, and I didn't price them. We can jump back over on the website and take a look there. It looked to me like that there were options for mags and lace, but I didn't see how the pricing changed. But I'm happy to go look at that. That's the kind of thing that why we're here, not just to hear people, rag on Harley. I didn't give up my afternoon and evening to babysit people who want to just, come here and hate. I get enough of that in other videos and comments and stuff. If you got real questions, let's answer them. You got real information you want to know, we'll try and get that. If you got legitimate gripes like no passing lights, I'll take that to Harley Davidson and ask them when I go to the press event. So
Steve's saying lace is a $450 option in Australia. So maybe that would be it'll be an option in the US as well, I wonder.
Yep, I would assume so. We'll go to the cruisers here.
Tour pack has no lights or rack. That's interesting.
No, well, it doesn't in the configurator, but there is a rack on this Street Glide Ultra.
Oh,
so 17,199 is the base price on this Street Bob. And if I go to wire wheels, that did not change the price, but we may have to actually go into the configurator to see. So we'll go try and see if we can get us an answer on that for you. We'll start out with standard billiard gray, not anything. Lace wheels are an $800 upgrade. So there's your answer. They did not give us a Bronx. They gave us a Pan America ST. It is not a 975. I didn't see lights or rack, not the tour pack option on the CVO ST. There's not going to be a tour pack option for the CVO ST, probably OEM, because, and I talked to Harley about this, the rear reservoir shocks that come on the CVO ST are in the way of mounting something on that, and you have to have a special bracket to relocate stuff. So yeah, custom. That was Christian, the 2-into-1s and the same size bag. So let's hop back over there and take a look at that. We'll get out of this bike and go look at something with bags on it. That was a big thing. Did they equalize out the bags on the cruisers, on the ST, so that they're the same? So let's get into this Lowrider ST and let's turn this thing 360 and take a look at that. So Firecrackers got, come on. Website's a little touchy, but looks like the bags are even to me. They were very noticeably not even on the Sport Glide. So this is a big deal here. This means both bags are the same. There's a change in bags. That's going to be a change for the aftermarket to adapt. If they're doing like Advan Black and Hogworks that do saddlebag liners and stuff. So they'll have to change their setups for these to get the same tour bags or same saddlebag liners and stuff. But that is I think a big plus. Again, we have a 2-into-1 exhaust. That's how they were able to, I guess, make this happen or achieve this. My wife's bike had a 2-into-1 exhaust, and it had the offset bags. They were not even before. Oh, show my screen. I thought I had it shared there. We must have the wrong one shared. Let me get in here. Sorry, guys. My bad. I'll pull that back up. I got multiple tabs open here.
I believe Dirty Bird just came out with new bags that will level out. So for those that are
Okay,
looking for that.
So get this cranked around here. There's the view.
Sweet.
Those bags are even, 2-in-1 exhaust,
Nice.
all LED lighting. Oh, that's a different gauge, Steve. I didn't notice that, but that's a different gauge. That's like the Lowrider S gauge. That is not the gauge that the Lowrider ST had before. Let's go take a look at one of the other bikes, because like the Breakout and the Lowrider ST had that same little gauge that was on the Street Bob. And, I just went over there and videoed the gauge on the Street Bob over there, and it's a new gauge. So we've gotten rid of that little bitty gauge that was on the Street Bob and the Breakout and the Lowrider ST, it looks like.
I like that setup a lot better.
Let's see if we can get. It's not changing. We'll just back up here.
Jake's fired up.
I can't read the comments. You got to tell me what's going on.
Yep. Jake said, man, Lowrider S gauge on the ST. Yes.
Yep. And we got the Lowrider S gauge on the Street Bob. We got the Lowrider S gauge on the ST. I didn't look at the Breakout, but let's go take a look at the Breakout and see what gauge it's got.
Yeah. Yeah, because it had that hokey little one that was kind of built into the handlebar.
Yep, now we got a real gauge on it. And this is probably what they had to do to bring rider modes and stuff in here, is give us a different gauge. I wanted the gauge from the Nightster S that was all digital. We didn't get an all digital gauge, but we did get a new gauge.
That's sweet. I like that.
Again, Harley Davidson didn't do anything but paint and colors.
Yeah.
That's what somebody will tell me. Well, Steve, do we got more to look at? Is there something else anybody wants me to pull up and share with you guys? We've been at this over an hour.
Yeah.
I don't mind answering more questions. I can walk over here and look at bikes. I can ask the dealership. They've had some training in advance on this. They may be able to answer questions I don't know, especially on bikes that they don't have here. But I'm really happy to see some stuff. Lowrider and ST and chrome exhaust. Can fit the ST bags easier. Street Bob specs, please. Do an upside down fork. Well, I get that they want that on some models. 2-in-1. Where's the cost? Well, the 2-in-1 is part of the setup on that. We can go back here. The base price is $24,200 for the Lowrider ST with the 2-in-1 and the base paint price. Now you can go up from there with colors and other things, but $24,200 is the base price in America, and we have this as a high output bike. This is they were predicting more power, so let's just look at the performance here. We have 128 foot-pounds of torque and 114 horsepower. I definitely think that is up. My 117 twin-cooled is 105 horsepower. So this is 9 horsepower more than my touring bike and less weight.
That's a lot of horse for out of the box Harley Davidson.
All right. Does the Street Glide have heated grips? Let me go check. I can tell you real quick.
Guys, based on the bikes that we're seeing, any thoughts on what you'd like to see from an Icon bike that they might, bring out later this year?
Well, I'd like to know why Mr. Bobber Be Gone thinks the Street Glide Ultra is a nightmare. It's not like the looks of it. By the way, it does have heated grips from the factory. I assume these bikes are factory option. The one they have here has heated grips on it, so I would assume heated grips are part of it.
Cool.
Are the Lowrider ST bags the same size? Yeah, we just looked at that a minute ago, and we're looking at about 9 horsepower more for the Lowrider ST than on horsepower than my new one. So
Yeah, that's huge.
it had 103 before and it has 114 now. Do they offer a sidecar? Not on these models from the factory. In fact, Harley will not offer a sidecar from the factory because of liability issues. When they did the Highway King with the sidecar had to be ordered separate from the sidecar company, and the dealers would set it up.
Yeah.
I want to see a Daytona remake. What about the controls on the Lowrider ST? So I got some shots early of that on when they rolled the video out with my phone. The audio's a little bad. You may have to mute it. We had some mic stuff, but they have new controls that have mode buttons and stuff that are more in line with the touring models, but not the same. They don't have the same stuff because they don't have the same display panel and all that, but they are more like that. They are also easily upgraded interchangeable grips with the touring models. Heated grips can be put on the soft tails just like they can on the touring models, kind of plug and play now with these new grips and stuff. So what's the height of the Pan America ST? Are you wanting the seat height?
That would be my guess.
Well, let's just hop over there and we will take a look. This is the kind of stuff I want to help you guys with and get answers for you. I'm happy to do these kind of things. I appreciate everybody asking legit stuff and not just coming on and wanting to rag and be negative. You know, I mean, if you can have your gripes, but that's not what I'm here to do tonight. Tonight, I'm here to talk about the new bikes and help you answer questions about what they are, what they look like, what we can see. So it's supposed to have a lowered suspension, lowered seat height. So let's take a quick look at this. We're going to make some notes here in the specs, Steve.
Okay. And forewarning, somebody's just said that it's not listed on the websites, the seat height. So we may not find that information out tonight.
We might not, but let's see if we can get ground clearance of 6.7.
Won't know until you try. Thanks, Jake.
I can try and see if anybody here knows. £542, but no seat height is not mentioned there. And I don't. Let's see if we can get suspension travel. Sorry, I need to get a drink, guys. I've been talking so much. I'm getting hoarse trying to get all this information out for you.
If you need to take a break, I'll take the reins.
I appreciate that, Steve. We may have to do that here. I don't see suspension travel here either. Am I missing it, Steve?
My eyesight's so bad, I'm having trouble reading it.
Trail rate, ground clearance dimensions.
They've got a good list of concerns on there. So if you want to do your homework after we're
yeah,
done,
I may have to go back through this stuff and see if I can find this, get these answered. The ST is something we'll definitely want to do a full video on and see.
okay.
And if there's stuff missing here, I can ask why or what, and that may be something that has been an oversight.
Hey, Mike, we got some comments about it now. It looks like the low seat position is 31.1 inches and the high is 32.
Well, that's what it is on the Pan America Special.
Okay.
They said there was a lower seat height in the description, so we're missing that.
Okay.
And let's see if we can find anything on the chassis here. I mean, guys, I'm not trying to make excuses for Harley Davidson about some things. They make mistakes. They don't have information. I know the suspension travel was 9.75 inches, or 7.5 inches, I think, on the Pan America. I looked at this recently, but I didn't get it from here. Hang on a second. So, Steve, let's see. On this, ground clearance is 6.9 and 31.32. I'm going to hop over here somewhere else. You guys just hang with me while I go see if I look at another source. I can't share this. I don't want to give away secrets that I might have because I don't want my secrets getting taken down. But there might be a place where I can find some additional information out.
Hey, real quick, somebody wants to know on the Nightster, did they make a 1250?
No. Sportster 1250S and the Nightster 975 are the sport models that I've seen. The two 975s and the Sportster 1250S. Okay, so let's see here. I might have some specs on the ST here. Seat height says not available, so they have not published that yet. They have seat height laden, low seat position with an optional adaptional ride height suspension is 29.4 on the ST. And let's see here if I can get suspension travel, because that will tell me how much that may have changed or been affected by this deal to make this happen. So 6.75. So they gave up 7.5 to 6.75. They gave up 3/4 inch of travel into suspension. So that'll probably get us about a 1/2 inch of seat height. And there's supposed to be a new seat. I'm going to go see if I can compare this. But let's say 29.4 is the lowest thing listed where I'm looking now. And sorry, guys, I can't share this with you because if I share this with the internet, somebody will know and they'll take it down and I won't have access to it. But I'm trying to get you the answers you're looking for. So seat height on the Pan America, the lowest seat height I could find was 30.5. So it's at least a 1/2 inch lower or more in the seat height. We'll have to see if there's some more information coming, but at least a 1/2 inch lower. Could you talk about the Screaming Eagle new slip on and do they have a different sound? Can you talk about the Fat Boys a little more? Thanks. I don't know that I'm sure there's a different sound with the 2-into-1. But he's talking about Screaming Eagle slip-ons. So I don't know what slip-on he's talking about because the only Screaming Eagle slip-ons I know of are their Canon aftermarket parts and accessory slip-ons they sell. He's talking about the stock exhaust. That will be different. He's talking about Screaming Eagle stuff. That's all parts and accessories.
Yeah.
No liquid cooled heads. These are not center cooled heads. There is a difference in the Lowrider ST. I don't have the details on the motor yet, but it is not liquid cooled heads. It is not the center cooled heads.
What do you think of that, Mike? Do you wish they had the center cooled heads?
They do not have any of the new Revolution Max motors here to say that they're made in Thailand on them. What they rolled out here tonight is a Street Glide Ultra, a Fat Boy, and a Street Bob. So I can't answer that question, NorCal. There are some numbers for you. CVO, 659 pounds. That doesn't seem right for the CVO bagger. If that's what he's trying to say, I can look that up, but that seems too light to me.
That's too low. I'm thinking
that's less than my Dyna.
Yeah, I mean, carbon fiber, everything, maybe.
No, that's King of Baggers weight. That's not factory weight.
I'm joking. I don't know how you get a tour bike down to that weight.
King of the Baggers, like you say, that would be absolutely everything.
Aluminum, I mean, carbon fiber.
CVO Road Glide ST. I'm pulling it up here. The weight for you. 838 pounds in running order. Like I said, I don't know where you got 6 something, but that is not the weight of a CVO ST. Is the Ultra still twin cooled in the lowers? I'm sure it is not. I didn't ask. I am sure that it is the same 117 with the center cooled and the radiator. I can go take a look at the radiator and make sure it's exactly the same as mine.
Go for it. I would assume. Getting a lot of interest in that Pan America this year, aren't we? It's a lot of options, a lot of things.
Taller windshield. They should have raised the bars up 2 inches at least. Somebody asked if the radiators were in the ultras lowers, and I'm sure they're not, and they're not. So no, we are not twin cooled with radiators in the lowers. These are just lowers. The radiator's the same on this bike as it on mine. It's the same center cooled 117, which I'm sure of, but I did go check for you.
Economically, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, that way you can do more with the lowers. You can have more options with speakers or other things. You don't have to worry about that.
Good point.
You think the new Tour Pack design will be on the new trikes possibly? There's not no new trikes this year. The trikes are the same this year as last year. They've already been released. So, no, I think maybe we'll see a new Tour Pack sometime this year as a parts and accessories or on a mid-year release. Maybe they'll do a Rogue. I'm thinking they might do a Rogue Glide Limited as a mid-year release, and the configurator is the temporary solution. The Rogue Glide, I mean, think about it this way. The Rogue Glide's been out selling the Street Glide. Yeah. You want some press? Release a Rogue Glide Limited mid-year, but instead of calling it a Limited, call it the Rogue Glide Ultra, Street Glide Ultra, Rogue Glide Ultra. So a Rogue Glide Ultra coming mid-year. That is a prediction. You heard me say it. I can be wrong, but that's what I would do if they didn't do it here and they just did the package. We know they can do it. Why didn't they do it as the Rogue Glide Ultra now and put the same thing that's on the Street Glide on it? Because I think they want to have another model to release, and it'll be the Rogue Glide Ultra. Have they changed anything on the new Fat Boy? 117, ride modes, LED lighting, chrome.
New hand control.
Can I talk about the Hydroglide Revival a little bit? That bike's been out for a while. They have one here if you want to buy it. I can get Nick over here and put you in touch with him. You can call up here and order one. They've got one on the floor that's got very low miles on it. It was put in here. So there's a Screaming Eagle high flow exhaust system for soft tail models 2-in-1. I don't know anything about that yet. Like I said, I've been on the live since 5 o'clock. There's a lot of stuff I'll have to dig into. I don't know anything about that. Christian on a Harley. I think I know who that is from Bucyrus. That's my boy Jamie. Guys, I will try and get answers for you. There's going to be a lot of information to pour over here. Me and other content creators I'm sure, are going to be doing the best to get what they're doing coming out here. Hey, Mike, what does the Heritage look like in blue and chrome? Well, the Heritage is not, they don't have it here in person. If you want to see what it looks like on the website, we can try and pull that up.
I don't see it in blue.
Well, that's what I'm going to go look because I haven't got to look through the website as much as you have, Steve. I've been too busy walking around.
The Fat Boy is blue, and I like that shade of blue.
Yeah, I don't see a blue Heritage. Sorry, Mike. Gray, black,
red,
white.
No.
Kind of a white or something, off-white.
Pearl.
Yeah, some kind of pearl. There's a red and black, two-tone.
I'm digging that red and black.
Wonder if next year CVO goes bigger, say 131. I don't see them going to a 131 on a CVO without going to like a 124 or 128. We went from a 117 to a 121. I expect the next upgrade is going to be a 124 or 128. I think the 131's not the next thing you're going to see in the CVO. My personal opinion, I can be wrong, but that's just my prediction. I think that's where we as consumers expect too much and predict too much. Road King Icon bike, I would love to see that. That I would love to see. I talked about that earlier.
I'm surprised the fact that they went to the 117 isn't getting more love. I think that's a big, big upgrade.
See, every year everybody's complained about not having all LED lighting. They fixed that. Right. They got ride modes and safety enhancements built into this and LED lighting and a bigger motor. And I'm sure the price went up. The price is good. Somebody made the argument to me the other day in a video that, like, why should you pay more? You're not getting anything more. Go to the grocery store and tell them you want to pay the same price for milk as they did in 1954 because it's the same product. Yeah. You think milk in 1954 was really any different? Have you seen a drastic improvement in milk in your lifetime, Steve?
No,
Have they done anything super fancy to make it better, and why it costs 3 times as much as it did when you were a kid?
I found better sources to get it.
Now don't be milking the cow. So there's some seat heights and weights, Peter says. What about the Fat Bob? The Fat Bob was canceled over a year ago. We have the Street Bob, but we don't have no Fat Bob last year, and we still don't have it this year. What did I come back to? LOL, yes, milk. Milk, that's what you came back to.
That's right.
Milk does the body good. You think they put a 121 high output on a Softail? I don't think they will, as long as that, unless it's a CVO Softail, because that is reserved for the CVOs. The 121 is at this point. When they come out with a 124 or 128, then we might see a 121 in a non-CVO model.
I got to think that if
will they go from a belt to an enclosed chain when they increase the cubic inches in the future? I can't say. I mean, I've seen guys with 120s, 5 years ago that thought they needed chains, and we're running 121 CVOs with belts just fine.
Yeah.
I can't answer that. Unfortunately, I don't have any reason that I know of right now that you need to go to a chain unless you're just building a really built motor. The Fat Bob is amazing. I don't know what they were thinking. And James, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, but I think they were thinking it didn't sell well. I never saw one anywhere except at a rally in a parking lot. I never saw anybody riding them going down the road. They were not popular, at least in my area. And I think they were more popular in Europe and the international market, but they were not very popular in America from what I saw here in the Midwest.
I think the Fat Bob was one of those bikes where you either loved it or you hated it. And it was definitely had its own unique look for sure.
So there's Daniel with 150 horsepower with the belt, no problem.
Yeah. The more experts I talk to that, love to build fast bikes, I keep hearing it.
Jason, Jason just asked the same question I think we answered a minute ago. I think they're going to do a Road Glide Limited or Road Glide Ultra as a mid-year release. I think that's the answer to the question you're asking, but we'll see. So, I'm sorry, Steve, go ahead.
Oh, no, that's okay. Just keep on moving. We're good.
I will not be at Daytona this year. I will be at Sturgis this year. Unfortunately, I'm a working man. I get limited vacation time. This is not a full-time gig for me. I do this out of love for the lifestyle and the sport and for love of motorcycles and everything else. I work a 45 to 50 hour a week job on top of what I do on YouTube, and I have limited vacation time. So Chasing Adventures Blockhead's got a 200 horsepower bike. I don't know what his, if he's built or not. I hadn't really looked into that, but unfortunately I can't go. We went to Daytona last year. Daytona won't be in the mix for us this year at this point, but we will be at Sturgis.
As will I.
Can we get an Indian live the same way tomorrow? I will not be at an Indian dealer doing a live tomorrow. I will be recuperating. Went to bed at midnight, got up at 5 a.m. to try and get everything done and make this stuff happen so I could be here and do this. So tomorrow is going to be a day of rest for me. And then Saturday we'll be probably digging through all of this stuff to make more videos for you guys. No full chrome heritage. Well, I don't know what you mean by full chrome. I believe there was a chrome heritage offering there, wasn't there?
I'm looking.
Maybe. Oh, the exhaust is not chrome.
Yeah, exhaust is black.
So we got different wheels, but we did not get chrome exhaust on the heritage. Correct.
And that's an easy fix.
You know what the most terrible job in the world to have? The guy that put stock exhaust on a Harley Davidson.
Never thought about it, but you're right.
Did the Street Bob get a bigger gas tank? Well, I can answer that for you here in a second, I think. I can't say that I know for sure. Guys, I haven't got to go through everything on the website. I will look for it with you, or you can go look for it. I've been looking at bikes and answering comments and questions and dealing with Dutch.
I'm going to guess no.
I took Dutch out of my mix, so I don't have to deal with Dutch.
Yeah.
Fuel capacity 3.5 gallons. I think that's the same. Steve, I don't know if you knew on the 2024 what it was. I'll go look real quick, but I think it's 3.5 as well.
I'll be surprised if it's different. That tank looks identical to last year's model.
Well, and 3.5 is not anything to brag about. So I'm assuming that's not bigger, because if it was bigger, then that means that last year was really bad.
Yeah.
.5 fuel tank is the same capacity.
That's what I figured.
No time for Indian. It's not that I wouldn't, but I mean, I think Indian made a mistake they did this before. They wait till Harley does their launch, and then they probably put their launch right after it. And they're going to get 1 day of news cycle. They're going to steal from Harley Davidson with the magazines that are going to put out an article that day. And then everybody's going to go back to talking about everything that Harley did. No Street Boy, Fat Road, Boy Glide. All righty. That tells us something right there about your history.
Like Tim's trying to be funny.
Steve, I'm going to let you deal with the comments, and I'm going to see if I can go over here and get me a drink.
There you go.
I'm getting a little dry.
All right, brother. I was still hoping to hear from you guys on icon bike options. Maybe there was more in the chat than I thought, but yeah, Rice. I think the biggest thing that I'm seeing from the new models is the paint schemes. I think they've done an excellent job of coming up with some really cool paint schemes. Looks like Firecracker wants to come check out those new purple 25s. I can't blame her one bit. How many guys out there still wish they bring back the Dyna? That Mystic Purple's pretty badass. I still think myself, the new paint job that really jumps out at me is on the CVO Road Glide ST. The black, gray, and red paint schemes that's got a 3D dimensional look to it. That looks nasty. I can't wait to see one of those in person. We got the Dyna Bros chiming in. I've never ridden a Dyna. I can't wait. Hopefully someday soon I'll get an opportunity to ride one. I wasn't really into the smaller bikes until just in the last year or two. Bought a Slim, and that's when I kind of started getting into the smaller bikes. I'd really like to try an FXR. Anybody out there have an FXR? Oh, something else that I was going to mention. So I don't know how many of you guys follow other content creators on YouTube, but real quick. There's 3 different YouTube creators, all that are kind of builders, stunt rider type guys, and they've bought Nightsters. And I think the Nightster might be the next small bike that kind of blows up for Harley Davidson. You got Cruzy Originals. He's been doing a lot of stuff with that bike. He's making aftermarket parts for it. You got Thrash and Supply, where their history is kind of back in the dirt mode and that sort of thing. they've bought 2 Nightsters, and they're going to maybe convert them into some type of a dual bike. And you've got East Coasting out on the East Coast that's playing around with the Nightster. So it'll be fun to see what they do with that bike, and if that's the next bike that kind of explodes for Harley Davidson.
No.
Looks like even in the chat we've got some interest in the Nightster. Salty, I didn't catch yours. I know that you had it. I plan on watching it. I like the ones that you do late at night when maybe you've had a cocktail or two. Those are my favorites. Yeah, Ricer, I agree. I don't know how I feel about the tank on that. I want a tank that has gas in it. Mike, what'd you learn?
Well, I had a few people who'd been waiting for a chance to talk to me. So when I got a drink, they all wanted to say hi and stuff and get a chance because they did advertise I'd be here. So I think some people did come out. So I took a few minutes to visit with some folks.
Well, and if you need to let us go, we understand.
Well, I think we probably will. We are almost at 2 hours. We've got 363 people still in here. I really appreciate everybody coming in here and getting now, Donna. Do they need to make an automatic transmission for the ladies in the crowd? How about this? I don't have a problem with them making an automatic transmission, but it doesn't have to be for the ladies because my lady, she rides a regular Softail. And I'm not saying it's bad or good. I'm just saying I don't want to pigeonhole ladies into like ladies have to ride automatics. That's all. I rode the Honda Rebel with an automatic, and I thought it was awesome. I think it's great for people who have disabilities. I've got a friend who has one arm that doesn't work from an accident, from a motorcycle accident. So he has a recluse clutch. So like an automatic would be great for him. So they have their place, whether it's for ladies or for people with disabilities or whatever else, whoever needs them. I just don't want the ladies out there to think that, we're implying that some of them can't ride stick shifts.
I ride with a couple of girls that give about anybody in this chat a run for their money.
Well, the Nightsters have not taken off as well as I think Harley would like, Aaron, but I work with somebody that bought one. They bought a Can-Am to learn on to be sure they wanted to do this. Then they traded their Can-Am in on a Nightster, and I'm sure they'll probably move up from there. So, hey, Jason, I just want to tell Jason, thank you for, showing your appreciation for what we've been doing tonight.
Appreciate that. Yeah, I was mentioning in the group while you were gone that there's 3 channels out there that are all working with Nightsters right now. You got Thrashing, Cruisy, and East Coast, and are all doing things with the Nightster. Who knows? That might help that bike blow up a little bit.
Yep. Well, I rode the Nightster. It was fun. It feels small. It feels smaller than my Dyna, but it is fun. I like the Nightster Special a lot better than Nightster. The ergonomics just fit me better and stuff. So, each to his own. So, here's the thing. I don't get on Honda videos or Kawasaki videos and hate on their bikes and stuff. I don't understand why people want to come over here and hate on this. If you don't want to buy one, you don't like them, they're not in your price range, they're not in your budget, that's fine. But why go troll people's videos? I don't do it to other manufacturers. I love motorcycles. I'll ride almost anything with 2 wheels. But, I just love, and I talk about Harley Davidson on this channel because that's what I own and I'm passionate about. But I've had other bikes while I've had this channel that I just didn't talk about much because I just wasn't as passionate about them, It doesn't mean they were bad. They just weren't what ended up being right for me at this point in my life. The new lowrider does not come in the Purple Mystic shift that I could see. We can check real quick, but I think it did come in the denim, didn't it, Steve?
I think so.
I thought I saw it in the purple denim. I know the Street Bob did. What are we calling this one? Oh, I don't know what that is. Let's take a look at here, and they'll tell us the color in here in detail. So the Lowrider S.
There's a
Oh, they do have it in
dark
Mystic
purple.
Shift. So the Lowrider S is in Mystic Shift, not the Lowrider ST. And it's $1,200 instead of $2,000 on the Lowrider S. And these prices do reflect how much body stuff they're painting. So something with bags and something bigger like a Street Glide in the same color costs more than it does in the Softail. Yeah, we do not get Mystic Shift in the Lowrider ST this year, but we do get the Midnight Firestorm. You know what that means? That means they might do something like the Mystic Shift next year on a Lowrider ST. They switch these around. Wasn't on it this year, beyond next year. Like the Road King got Whiskey Fire this year.
That might be the perfect time for Firecracker to get a new bike.
It might be. Hey, Chase, thank you very much, man, for the support there. We really appreciate that, brother. All right, guys. I think I'm going to tune off here and visit with the folks that are still here and stuff and talk to Renegade. Thank them. We've been right at almost 2 hours. We got 340 people still in here. This has been amazing. Thank you guys so much. I hope you've enjoyed this launch. If we know there's going to be more stuff like this in the future, maybe we'll try and do more of this. This has been a great turnout. Everybody tuned in for it and really supported the channel. And with all that support, I want to say thank you, and that encourages us to continue to try and do things like this and grow this more.
Yeah, this was badass.
Steve, I appreciate all your time tonight being here and helping me with this, manning the computer while I got up and walked around and visited with people and working with all these people that joined us here tonight.
You bet. Good time.
All right, guys. Thank you guys so much. Thank you to our Renegade for working with us and partnering with us on this deal. Thanks to Smith Law Firm and Cat House and Beyond Riders and everybody that supports the channel and all the things we do. Just so you know, these guys help me get to events. They help me be able to afford to do things and stuff. And I really appreciate all of them. So we mentioned here a while back, and I'm just going to plug it real quick. We are looking at maybe a sponsor for the live streaming. Costs have gone up this year. I don't normally put ads and monetize streaming stuff and don't make any money off of it. So if somebody would like to sponsor these lives, reach out to us, writingintheozarks@gmail.com, or reach out to Steve on social media, and we can talk about what options may be available for people.
Hell
All
yeah.
right. Thank you guys so much. Y'all take care, stay safe, and keep on riding.
Peace.